Karnstein never felt his power was enough, and so he and his family, his mortal family, sought aid from beyond. According to tale, he ventured down into the dungeons of the Karnstein estate. These were ancient. They had existed for hundreds of years, and in times past were the houses of political prisoners, of the greatest criminals in his land. These days they mostly stood empty, except for the occasional imprisoned mystic who the Karnsteins wished to experiment on to find out exactly how they ticked. But, importantly, these Karnstein dungeons, which exist to this day, were a great resonance point, a locus, if you will, of liminality, misery, grief, torment, and a wonderful space for communing with creatures of the outside. Karnstein wished to beseech one of these outsiders for additional power beyond his psychic ability. Luckily, his psychic ability was what was required to make that communion, and the first entity he spoke with was a being of rugged nature and elemental strength. He wasn't interested in being tied to the green or manipulating people through nature, and so he dismissed this entity out of hand, making an enemy for the future. The second that he was able to reach after many days of prayer and sacrifice, ritual and other, was a grotesque being of gears, eyeballs, wings, hundreds of limbs. It drove half of his family mad to behold it. Ultimately, he too looked away. He was unprepared to do a deal with something so overtly monstrous. Another enemy gained.